Okay, YouTube, back again. 1991 Cannondale SC600. What we're going to do today is we're going to remove the rear wheel and we're going to see if we can put on a new cassette. This is a 12 by 28. What's currently on there is I believe 13 by 23. So we're going to change some gearing. Hopefully it'll work with the small cage derailleur. We'll adjust the B screw right here. So hopefully it'll fit the 28. I think in the literature they will say no, the 28 won't work, but we're going to give it a try anyway because we don't like being told what to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is see how the chain's on the largest cog. I'm going to put it on the smallest one so when you remove the wheel it's much easier to get it in and out. Hold on a second, back in a few. Okay, so we've removed the wheel from the bike. It's laying here on the floor. So the first thing we've got to do is take this bit off. This is your quick release skewer. So when you remove it, there's a few parts normally. There's the one end, there's the spring. So we'll set those aside for now. And then we'll just drop the other bit out. It's hard to do it one-handed, but I'm holding the camera so you understand. So what I'll do is I'll put the spring back on. And then of course you want to put that back on. I'll do that in a bit. So what we're left here is with the cassette. Now, you have some options here. What we need to figure out is what size is it? Is it this tool? Yes, okay, so it's this one right here. On there. So now I've got to remove this thing, but I've got to most likely use a chain whip to keep it from turning. So I'm going to go loosen it first, and then I'll be back in a moment, so stand by. Okay, back again. So I've got my chain whip on here. What I've done is just wrapped it around a gear, and then this bit just holds it because I'm trying to untwist the screw. So I have to hold the chain whip. I'll just put my foot on it, and then I've got to undo the lock nut, which I've already broken it loose. It actually wasn't that tight. So I hold that and let's just twist it off. Alright, so it's coming loose. You can see that. It's coming off. And there it is. It's loose. Alright, so this is the lock nut. Take that off and set it over here. And you've got a few rings. Alright, so they're a bit greasy. So I'm going to put my glove on. I'm just going to lift the whole set off. This cassette, it slides right off. There you have it. Over here we have our Hyperglide compatible cassette, 12 by 28. Will it fit on the Hyperglide hub? There is one sure way to find out. Let's try it. Yep, it slides right on there. And of course we can drop our other gear on there. Of course there's a it's got to go on just so, because one of the nodes is bigger than all the other ones, and it's got to be in just the right spot. There we go. So that's on. Locking screw, we can put that on and tighten it up. Now, before I do that, let me take it back off. There's a plastic derailleur guard on this wheel. Now, the problem is when I put this on, it covers it. So it's not protecting the derailleur, so what's the point of it? So I'm going to remove it. It just stuck in place there. It's not needed at this point. Now, drop the gear, cassette's back on. Put the final cog on, and then we thread it on. Will it thread? That is the question. Yes, it will thread. Okay, so HyperGuide compatible. It's on. Get my tool. How tight does it need to be? That was probably tight enough right there, but to be sure, we'll give it just a little extra with the wrench. You don't have to wrench these things down massively tight. So there it is. Alright, so we're back together. Of course, I put the quick release in, put the wheel back in its place. As you can see, we're in the big cog on the cassette, and it is spinning pretty freely. So I believe we've got it. Let's go all the way down to the 12. No problem. Chain looks okay. The derailleur is a bit at the end of its rope, I would say, with the 12. So I'm guessing when I go, well, I'm not guessing, I know that when I go with the smaller chain ring, I'm going to have to remove a link or two from this chain, because we're probably at the limit right there. You can see right there we're in the 12, and that chain is nearly rubbing the front jockey wheel. So we will fix that. I'll drop a link or two out of this chain when we put the compact on, and that'll be the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.